everyone. Just what was it like to be on the floor? Those final seconds tick away, and the fans come out there.
I forgot that the plan was to storm if we won, so it kind of caught me off guard. Like when that happened, I got scared. I was like, "What's going on?" And I wasn't prepared. I wish like I would have had my head on the swivel, but I got hit from every which way. It was amazing.
Julian, your first career start tonight, especially in the second half, you came out with a couple baskets, really gave the team a spark. Just how'd you feel out there, and what's it mean to you to have your first career start be this huge win?
It felt good, obviously, because you don't beat number 2 in the country every day.
True.
But I just say once like I settled in a little bit and I got like more comfortable, I felt better, and I just went from there.
That's huge.
Tristan, you guys were close at halftime against them down there in January, and they really pulled away throughout the second half. Halftime here, what did you guys talk about? Obviously, you came out and really made a statement right after halftime.
Yeah, I think Barry said it in the locker room. We've been in this situation, a couple months ago at Arizona, and we said to ourselves, we can't let this happen again, basically. So we went out there and gave it even more than in the first half, and paid off.
Jabari, I don't think you guys even hit your first shot from the floor until about 6 minutes into the game. It seemed like you guys were kind of forced into a lot of awkward shots, not a lot of paint touches, and then Keyshawn had that layup for your first field goal. Just what were those first few minutes of the game like when maybe they had you defensively, and how did you get over that and start getting some open looks?
Yeah, the plan was to just drive and penetrate, and they overhelp a lot. So even if it's not open at the basket because of their length inside, the plan was to pitch it out and get some open looks. So once we started dribble penetrating, we got open looks, and it just gave everyone confidence, and we just really focused on the defensive end, and that opened up the game.
For any of you guys, on Thursday night, you guys really struggled as a team rebounding. The best rebounding team in the Pac-12 comes in here tonight, and you guys come away with a 16-point win. So what changed?
I guess mentality.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of film after Thursday night. It was kind of frustrating because we had such a good run before Arizona State, and then they come into our house and out rebound us, out tough us, all that, and coach was really big on that. Being tough out there, and I guess that's the main thing that changed today.
Heading into the break, down 5, just what was the message at halftime, and what just kind of led to that big, I think a 10-0, like that. What kind of led to that in the second half?
We just had to like keep on playing our game because we were getting good looks at first, and we just weren't making shots, and we know that like if we sit down and we really guard them, like we can get out in transition, we can run, we can like get a lead and then like hold it. So I would say that like just guarding basically.
Jabari, what were you guys able to, especially on the inside, what were you guys able to get done defensively, especially against their bigs? Seemed like nothing really came easy for them, and you held the top field goal percentage team in the league, like about 10 points under their average.
Yeah, their bigs get a lot of their points rim running, and I learned that from them when we played at Arizona. I tried to take that as a skill set, learn from my opponent, and apply it to my game, just hurrying up and getting the ball out and running, because it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So today I was more prepared with that. I was back in transition after every shot went up. I was trying to get to the bigs, locate, move my feet, trying to swivel. So it just made everything hard, and trying to force them to the shoulder that they don't like shooting over, just doing everything we talked about on the scouting report.
Tristan, you guys scored 54 points in the paint tonight. What was it like to find every single finish at the rim against such a good shot blocking team?
It was great, but we talk about this in practice in scouting reports, and coach talks about that a lot. Their bigs are really good shot blockers, so we was going into that game with the mentality of pump faking people, shot faking people, taking it to their chin when we try to lay it up, and that puts the pressure on them and not on us. Yeah, that was basically the whole deal.
Tristan, obviously, senior nights, what role did, Evan, obviously popular and you guys as leader, what role did maybe doing this for Evan kind of play, and all the seniors
Yeah.
playing, you guys coming out with a lot of energy?
All of them. Ben and Will, Eli are just as big as a part of it as Evan is. And it just felt great. We talked about it before the game and shoot arounds, all that. Play for each other. Play for the seniors. We came out, gave it everything we got, and paid off.
Julian, when were you told that you were going to start today? Who told you?
Coach Bull told me today, ask shoot around. So, it was pretty,
A couple hours ago.
yeah, it was a couple hours before the game. So, it was kind of a shock, but I just dealt with it and went on and played.
That's funny.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, go ahead and fire away with questions for Evan, everybody.
This is a long time in the making. What was the journey like, and was it worth it?
It was beyond worth it, honestly. I mean, it's so gratifying to, see that video of my former teammates, talking, wishing us good luck. And, those guys mean the world to me. All my teammates do. And I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's just gratifying and humbling. Oh, I'm happy. I'm so happy.
I was worried pregame you might drown in your own tears.
Yeah, I was a mess pregame. I thought I was gonna be more of a mess after the game, but I probably used up all my tears pregame. So,
Evan, at halftime, maybe take us in the locker room a little bit. You guys were close with Arizona at halftime down there, and they ran away from you kind of in the second half. Similar situation going into break today.
yeah.
You guys jumped on them after halftime and made this a different game.
Yeah.
What did you talk about at halftime? What were you able to get done in an early sequence of the second
I
half?
said, let's show some growth. We played them close in the first half there and kind of tricked it away in the second half. And, it's about progression, not about perfection. And, I said, let's show some growth and show some maturity and show how far we've come. Even after last game at Arizona State, we still come far. And we did that, honestly. So.
When you limped off in the first half and went to the locker room, what was the deal? And did it
I
hurt,
think
or-
Keyshawn, he was guarding, probably Kier, and he kind of slid against my knee and pushed it that way. So I got a brace on right now, but I'm good.
Okay, anything else?
Second half, you get a rebound. I think it was on the three, and a couple guys kind of jumped on your back a little bit, trying to get the ball, And you came up smiling from that. What were you thinking at that point?
My ball. That's it.
For you to start your career, obviously with a stroke, now you're at a loss for words. This could be tough. but just to see the applause for you at the end of the game there, the chants, what was that like for you?
You know, I don't really know why this school, shows me the type of love they do. You know, I feel like they, recognize me for doing things that everybody should do. You know, having school pride, treating people the right way, just all that. You know, having character. So I mean, if I can be an example though, and inspire the next generation of buffs and next generation of kids, to have great character. So, and I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I mean, it was gratifying, but I was really just in the middle of the whole thing, just soaking it all in, honestly.
On your phone and the calendar on your phone, what year are you going to be the head coach here?
I don't know. I mean, I had to take a couple years to play and years to work my way up to being a coach. I don't want to just be giving a head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to work my way up and kind of take those, to pay my dues per se. So I think there's valuable lessons in that. So
Tough defense and hitting shots and all that it takes to beat a really good team.
yeah.
I talked to your mom just briefly after the game, and she said what struck her tonight was the love you guys have for each other. How much did that have to do with it?
It has everything to do for it. I mean, when you play for each other like that, you share the ball like that, you rebound for each other like that, you fight. It's a gratifying thing when you go through something together, and you go through a struggle together. That group is going to come out real close, come out closer than they were before, prior to the struggle. So, I love my teammates for sure.
Evan, what do you credit the turnaround in the last 48 hours to, going from maybe one of your more frustrating team performances against ASU to what we saw tonight?
I think we had like 7 or 8 assists on Arizona State. We didn't pass the ball real well. We didn't make plays for each other like we did the following week. No, the previous week, not the following week. Previous week on the 3-game road sweep. So we have to get back to that. And, Coach Greer said it after the Stanford game. He said, when you play like that, you can beat anybody. And tonight we played like that. So.
Okay, anything else? All right, thanks, Evan.
All right, guys. I'll miss you guys.
Thank you, sir.
You're not done with some of us yet.
I'll see you soon, man.
Hey, look, real quick one last thing. You're gonna play bucket in one week in the Bend game, but not include the Bend game. So just go, try and go in with it. Before you leave, you're gonna get them on the board, right? All right, thank you.
Lord.
Do you ever listen before we call you?
What?
Do you ever listen before we call you on Saturday?
No.
I didn't think so. So you don't know what happened this morning?
I knew it was messed up. It's all good. I'm just glad it wasn't too messed up when I was on the air.
No.
I did actually listen to you a little bit in the second hour, which I almost never did.
Did you get Patrick yourself?
He was even on.
Yeah, Adam Mars, Patrick.
Adam
Scott
was on.
Steen, and then
It's probably the second half of that. I listened to.
well, I'll tell you the story sometime.
Okay. Certainly sometime after 9:30 tonight. Good job. 47 minutes left. Get in there, coach.
Hey, everybody. I don't know if I sent this to everybody in here, but I know a few of you got it. Just make sure, obviously, you know it was officially a sellout. 11,079 was the attendance.
1079.
11,079.
Okay, thank you.
today matched the highest ranked opponent we've both defeated, regardless of place, here or in Boulder, or away, I should say. Number 2, Oklahoma State, 57-53. Almost 30 years ago exactly, February 12th, 92. Highest ranked win in the Tad Boyle era, 4th against an AP top 5 team. 10th different season a Boyle team has defeated a ranked opponent. And overall, the 23rd win against a ranked opponent. Did I say that right? Would mark the 10th different season a Boyle team has defeated a ranked opponent. Yes. 23rd win against a ranked opponent in Boyle's 12 years. So those are my notes. Enjoy.
Great, thank you.
It's going really slow to take left.
Yes. Give me 7. And make sure you find about 3 or 4 more people that go in there. And then you get up.
Thanks.
Many thanks.
Are they still coming? More coming.
Chad, I'm gonna lay on you.
Fine, you just finish it up, Jay.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would say just this.
You good? Yeah. I know he's that all. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on.
Good?
Yeah, but come on. Okay, everybody, we get settled here. Got head coach Tad Boyle. Coach, can you please start with an opening statement and then we'll open up for questions.
I'll be brief and just answer your questions with my statement, but boy, the difference between 2 nights is sometimes incredible when you coach young people. You guys were in here on Thursday, most of you, and how angry I was, and as angry I was that night, I'm as proud tonight, you know, of the because we beat, make no mistake, we beat a really good basketball team, and Arizona was, you know, maybe they were due for a letdown, I don't know. I think we had a lot to do with that. Our energy level tonight on offense and on defense was off the charts good. And it wasn't on Thursday, but we beat a good Arizona team. I've got great respect for Tommy Lloyd and the players that they have. They're legit. They're a legit top 5 team in the country. So kudos to our guys. And on senior night, you know, it's hard to write a script that's better than this, without a doubt. So Evan Batty, Elijah Parquet, unfortunately couldn't be out there with us, and you know, Will and Ben, our 2 walk-ons. You know, Colorado basketball is. It's a step in the right direction for us.
Coach, what do you credit that turnaround to over the 48 hours from?
You know, that's a question for the players. You know, I was on edge. I mentioned to you guys on Tuesday when we didn't practice well. I was on edge on Wednesday when we didn't practice well, and I tried to really get into our guys to try to get them ready for Arizona State. And then, I was on edge on Friday. Obviously, we watched film, and the thing that was so apparent after Thursday's game, and every film clip we watched with this team on Friday from the Arizona State game had to do with toughness and it had to do with effort, because those are two things you can bring every night. You don't have to have talent to play with toughness and to play with great effort. We've got talent on this team, but when we don't play with effort and toughness, you can get beat by anybody, and we did. And tonight we played with unbelievable energy and effort and toughness, and we beat a top team in the country. So, was the film session it? I don't know. I think Coach Roan, I thought our ball screen defense, the game plan, was a good one. I credit Coach Roan for that, because it's funny when you're the head coach, you're doing everything you can do to beat Arizona State, and then you got a one-day turnaround to play Arizona, so you really have to rely on your staff. And I've got a great staff that are great basketball minds, from Mike Roan to Bill Greer to Rick Ray. Every one of them is a former head coach, and so Coach Roan had a great game plan, and our guys executed it.
One of the few advantages of being as old as I am is I've gotten to see a lot of really good basketball players here.
Yep.
But I don't know if I've ever seen one that loved playing here as much as Evan does.
Yeah.
What's he meant to you? What's his legacy?
Well, Evan and I share a trait in that we're both very emotional. We wear our emotions on our sleeves. So there was tears when he was introduced. There were tears in the locker room. I mean, he means everything to me, because he's such a special, unique human being. Forget basketball player. And there, like you said, Mark, there's been a lot of good players come and go through this program through the years, but there's nobody that's done as much for our athletic department. You look at his resume and all the committees he's done, and the things he's tried to give back to the university. And then, you go out in the Boulder community, you walk down Pearl Street, or you go to 29th Street, and he's taking pictures. He's the mayor. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him, and see him, get up on the scorer's table tonight and address the crowd and proclaim that he wants to be the head coach at the University of Colorado someday. I mean, how many kids do that? He loves this place, and he's special. So I love Evan Batty.
Chad, with starting Julian tonight at point guard, was that an attempt to shake up the energy and effort? And
Yep.
How did you like
It was, and it wasn't. I don't want people to think I was blaming Keyshawn, because I wasn't. I was just trying to shake things up, like, okay, let's rattle the cage a little bit. Part of it was to challenge Keyshawn, and man, how did he respond? I mean, the charge he took in the second half, I'm not sure he would have made that play, at any other time. I mean, of his career. I mean, that was a big time play he made on the baseline, and he attacked, and he didn't pout, he didn't put his head down, and so look. I told him, I said, this is nothing more than to try to, rattle some cages and see if we can get a little different mojo going. And coming off the bench, KJ and I have talked about, KJ really likes it. I thought about starting KJ. He didn't play great on Thursday, so I felt like Julian deserved it. Julian responded in a big way. So that's a tough game to have your first start, playing at home against the #2 team in the country, and you're a freshman. I mean, the way that kid responded really tells me something about what he's made of. And so I was proud of Keyshawn. I was proud of Julian. I'm proud of our team. We have an 8-man rotation right now, 9 if we need to go to Will. We didn't do that tonight, but there'll be nights maybe we have to as this thing rolls down the stretch.
Was it a big part of your plan to go inside and get to Coloco and do the things you did down there?
We wanted to attack the paint, Bruce. We wanted to get paint touches. And it wasn't necessarily to go at Coloco. The one thing we wanted to do is go at Coloco in the ball screens, because he kind of stays in that lane, and so your guards can get downhill, and then he's got to make a decision. Do I stay on the guard, or do I guard the big that's rolling to the basket? But we wanted that ball to get deep in the paint and then make good decisions with it. And our guards did a good job of that tonight. Really.
Were you apprehensive just with the size difference?
No, because that's where decision making comes in. And and when Arizona went small in the second half to get back in the game, it helped us offensively because they didn't have that size in there. But yeah, when they play Bello and Coloco together defensively, we want to spread the floor and drive those guys. We try to get in ball screens. Evan's a good pick and pop, big man. Jabari's a good pick and pop big man, but they can also pick and roll. So we had to make good decisions offensively, whether we're picking and popping, picking and rolling. Are they switching? Are they not switching? Those are all things we talked about at halftime and timeouts, and our players went out and really executed, I think, offensively, because it's all about making good decisions. And then defensively, to me, that's where, we started switching. Arizona, well-coached team. They started, going at us. That's why Neek had 2 fouls in the first half. Keyshawn had 2 fouls in the first half because we switched. Their bigs rolled. They threw it up to them, and we got called for some fouls. So we switched that coverage the last part of the first half and first part of the second half. Then we went back to the switching. So, our guys did a phenomenal job tonight of executing the defensive game plan based on whatever our coverages were and what their lineups were. Because Arizona, they can have that Coloco and Bello lineup that's totally different than Tubelis at the 5 with 4 guards. And defensively, you better not play it the same way or you're going to have problems. And our guys did a really good job. The energy level on defense tonight was – you guys were here Thursday. It was like night and day.
Coach, this kind of just shows how good of a game it was, but Tristan Da Silva, 19 points tonight, that being like the 4th or 5th storyline, but he's a really slippery guy when it comes to getting to the net and finishing at the rim. Is this one of the better games you've seen out of him in his career?
Yeah. I thought he was really good against Washington here at home. And Tristan's a good player. There's no doubt about it. And, again, when I think a lot of people are really concentrating on Jabari. He's our leading scorer, right? A lot of people are concentrating on Evan. He's a 53% three-point shooter. So, with Tristan at the 3 spot, it really gives us, with his size, 6'10", he's got a great shot fake. He shoots the ball well from 3, so you have to honor it. And he made great decisions. What I love is Tristan doesn't get sped up. He's really slow moving, I forget the kid at UCLA a few years ago. I think his name was, Slow-Mo or something. But he was, I forget his name. I can picture his face. But that's how Tristan is. He's kind of got that old man YMCA game. He doesn't beat you with speed and quickness. He beats you with angles, shot fakes, using his body, and he really finished well tonight. Because he hasn't been finishing as well as he's capable. But all our guys finished. Jabari finished. Evan finished. Keyshawn finished. KJ, down the line.
You're bringing up the mention of energy. How do you kind of channel this into March coming up here soon?
Well, our players have to understand the difference, because there's nothing more telling than seeing, okay, what happened Thursday and what was the result? What happened Saturday and what was the result? And if they can't connect the dots, they probably shouldn't be going to school at the University of Colorado. They shouldn't have made it through the admissions department. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. You've got to play with energy and toughness and effort every time you step on the floor, because other teams are too. And maybe we didn't get Arizona's best shot tonight. I'm sure, Tommy probably is disappointed in his players, and maybe he's more mad at them than, maybe they weren't at their best tonight. I don't know. But I just know Arizona's a really good team. They've proven it all year long, and this is a great win for us.
Coach, you talked about maturity on Thursday night.
Yep.
And maybe the lack thereof. What type of maturity did it take tonight to beat number 2?
It took a lot of maturity. We had to play with poise down the stretch. That was a high-level basketball game. Emotions were running high, a lot of loose balls on the floor, physical. So you've got to, when you're playing in games like that, you got to play with great energy and emotion, but not let the emotion boil over. And I thought our guys did a good job of that. And that shows maturity. We didn't, technical foul and, letting our emotions get the best of us. So we talked about, especially down the stretch, we got to play with poise. Can't let them speed us up. And our guys did a good job of that. So it's a sign of maturity.
As you start to regroup in the next day or two, will there be any thoughts at tempering this a little bit about what if, about where this team could have been if you get Thursday back, if you get...
You can't look in the rearview mirror. You just can't. I'd like to, and it's human nature, and I'm not saying I won't when I'm driving in my car. But in terms of dealing with our team, we won't talk. It's about looking through the windshield, not the rearview mirror. We got to move forward with this, and again learn from what happened, why it happened, and use that going forward. Because it's hard to win games in February in college basketball. It's even harder in March because everybody's feeling, we're playing Utah on their senior night. They're going to have great energy and emotion. Everybody goes to the Pac-12 tournament thinking, oh, we can get on a roll and win. So whatever the first round game is there is going to be a dogfight and a war. So, we'll see how it all plays out. But we've got a week to kind of prepare, get better. We were in discussions with a team to play a game here on Tuesday night. That's not happening. I'd considered it. Did we need it? Or do we need a week of practice? We lost the Kansas game, so we still got one, but we'll be making that text or call tonight, and they can try to find another opponent. But so there's a lot of things that are, kind of going on right now, but we just got to stay the course and worry about Utah next Saturday and enjoy this. And I'm just, again, this night was all about our seniors, and I'm really, really happy for them and proud of them. Because I'm hard on these guys when we lose. I am, and it's just my nature. Mark Johnson asked me before the game, did you talk about anything positive, after Thursday's game? I said, hell no, I didn't talk about anything. No, there's nothing positive to talk about. Made a few shots or whatever, but it's, and we had a lot of former players here tonight. It was really neat to see. So that's the other thing I talk about with these guys all the time is every time they put that uniform on, they're representing more than just themselves and their families and this university. They're representing every player that played before them, and they made them proud tonight. Thank you.